Okay. You're live.
Good evening, boys and girls, and boy, do I feel good this evening because my boy Griffin is staring right at me today. How are you doing, Griff?
I'm living the dream, brother, always. You know, we're back in action. We got the SDSU UNLV tipping off. 7-unit play goes out in the Big Ten at 3:30. Locked in, jacked up. We got March Madness underway. How are you feeling, Ralph?
I'm doing good. I'm laying low in the last couple of days in college basketball, having a nice season. Didn't want to, stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to, tip my hat off, and hopefully, I haven't really conference tournaments. I don't do well in conference tournaments. I think because a lot of these teams are that are already in the tournament don't want to get hurt. Just want to play. I'm surprised that we haven't seen any number ones go out. Will not be shocked if Purdue goes out, something like that. So I usually wait for the tournament, and and I'll tell you this right now because everyone always bashes me when next week when the tournament goes. I do not play NIT games. I do not play CBI games, stuff like that. I just concentrate on a tournament itself. But I'm excited. This is my favorite time of year. I got like 4 games. I'm looking at middle spots that opened up with some weird numbers. Western Michigan, Ohio opened up late last night at 7. I got it. Now it's 9.5. It's a late game. I'm hoping to get 10. If it goes to 10, I'll try to get the middle spot on that one. So hopefully we can have a really, really good March Madness.
Yeah, bro. I'm locked in, ready to go for sure. I saw Mark was in here already. Mark, how we doing, brother? Jamie,
What's up,
nice.
Mark?
Wizards game. You want to throw these free plays out really quick, Ralph, and then we can get into the NBA slate. That's cool.
Yeah, let's answer his question first since Mark was the first one. I kind of like the Wizards today, but I was hoping to get a little bit more points. I was looking for 9 in there. It is 8.5 pretty much out there. I like the total, 227.5. Let's face it, we all know the Wizards can't play defense. Me and Griff can probably put up 100 points. We don't need 3 other guys on the team to put up points against the Wizards. I think the total was a little bit off. I think I made my total like around 229. I think there's value on the total, but I like the Wizards plus the points. Houston's not to stab at.
I'm on the other side of this one. I actually free played this one yesterday. I have Houston on a heater, 6-4 in their last 10. They've won 3 consecutive matchups. Did they play last night? Let me recap that really quick.
I do believe they did play last night.
They played Tuesday. They were off last night. They beat the Spurs on Tuesday. Hold on one second. I have actually some in-depth analysis on this game. I know they're playing real good. So Washington right now, they're 2-4 in their last 6 games against the spread, and they're 2-5 in their last 5 road games against the spread. Houston 6-1 against the spread in their last 7, and at home 3-0 in their last 3. I laid the 8.5 with Houston on this one. I like this game a lot, actually. This was one of my free plays that I was going to make a premium, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to pull this one off the shelf just because it almost is near double digits on that against the spread line, which is always a little iffy when you've got a team that's 30-35, 5 games under 500. But they are playing good basketball right now, so I will roll with the momentum there, Mark.
I'll shoot out my free play right now. I'm going. This game tips pretty. I think in an hour. North Texas minus 5.5 against Tulane. I want nothing to do with the Green Wave. They've only won 2 games out of their 8. They've only covered 2 games out of those 8, and those 2 games were at home. It's a neutral court. Tulane is more cold than Justin Fields' phone right now. No one wants to call him. I'm all about the Mean Green today. I think North Texas. I thought this number would have moved by now. Like around 6.5. It's still stagnant at 5.5 right now. I like the Mean Green to shut the doors out and Tulane to be planning their summer vacations.
Dude, so me going right back at you, Ralph. You know who I'm really loving right now, and this is my free play I'm tossing at you guys? Cincinnati. Cincinnati is playing real good basketball right now. You know, they're on a 3-game win streak. They're getting 6.5 right now against Baylor. They just rolled over Kansas. They beat them by 20 points. Beat West Virginia prior to that, which they suck. They played West Virginia actually twice and rolled over them both times. They're on a 3-game win streak. They're heating up right now. This is yesterday I actually liked Kansas against Cincinnati. And the way that they performed, Kansas has been there several times, so many times throughout this March Madness tournament in this spot. And Cincinnati's really starting to prevail. The way that they rolled them over yesterday, Kansas. I like Cincinnati in this matchup. So that's my play. Take the points with Cincy plus 6.5.
My last college hoop free play for you boys and girls out there. It's a late one. Take a nap right now if you want to watch this one and cash to the window, because we're all going to go to the window and cash tonight. Give me Colorado -3.5 against the Utes. What's the heck a Ute? I like Colorado in this one. Last time we saw Colorado play Utah, it was late February. 89-65 in Boulder. No, Dion wasn't playing, but 89-65. It was a butt whooping. I want nothing to do with the Utes. Colorado, I think they're in a nice momentum right here. Everyone's talking about Arizona in the Pac-12 that maybe can make some noise in this conference tournament and in March Madness, but keep an eye out for the Buffs. I think they can make some noise, not only in this tournament, but next week's tournament as well. Give me Colorado. They ain't a really soft number. I don't even know what a Ute is.
You, my cousin Vinny. Come on now.
You got that one. Thanks, Griff.
All right. Well, hey, Robert, how we doing? We've got Christopher, play of the day. Steven, Christopher again. Cincy 2.5. I like it, brother. I like it. Ride it. Saying when the best player on the Rockets, how are they going to cover 8.5 spread without him? Hey, I look at the numbers, brother. Look at the numbers. That's all I'm tracking right now. And this team is on an absolute tear. So they're rolling right now. I did want to touch up on Dayton. Ralph, maybe if you want to touch in on that one. I'm not necessarily sure I know.
Yeah, Dayton's here's another one. Yes, the Dukes could probably if the Dukes want to hang around, they need a low-scoring game, but Dayton's high power. They're going to put up some points on the board. So I like Dayton in this game. If it's a low-scoring game, this is one of those games I have circled in the second half. I want to see who's controlling the tempo of the game. If it's Dayton, then it's going to probably be a blowout, maybe a double-digit victory. If Duquesne can keep this under pace, maybe keep it in the low 70s by halftime, then we have something to sneak out for. Then be something like we just saw with Fresno State and Utah State. Then we might have a game. But I like Dayton. They should be able to control the tempo and put some points on the board.
My last free play rolling in right now is strictly Nevada. They're 9-1 in their last 10 games, having a phenomenal season. They're on a 7-game win streak right now. They've got Colorado State here, which last time these two teams did square off, Nevada did take that 77-74. I had action on that game, and I watched the entire matchup. Nevada simply outplayed them. They beat them up the entire first half. Second half, they got lazy. They called in a lot of second stringers, and the bench kind of just cleared off. Wasn't necessarily a nitty-gritty game for them. They still rolled them over. I like Nevada. I'm laying it with them. If you can get them at a -165 line, anything under that, I would make this a pick-em game and not lay the points. If you can't get any juice under than that, go ahead and lay the spread. I like it. But don't go crazy on it. This is just a sprinkle. Remember, guys, these are free plays, nothing crazy.
Christopher says ASU shit the bed last night. Yes, they did shit the bed, but you know what? That was my prop play, Arizona total points under. So I was glad that they had a little brown stains in the bed because they cashed me a winner. I walked up to the window with a smile, and ASU had brown stains in the bed. So thank you, Arizona State. But Christopher, sorry about that. I guess since you said they shit the bed, you probably had action on the fork. I apologize for that one.
It happens. It happens. Oh, Christopher, he can take a loss. Come on, my man's back in gear, ready to go. Christopher, who'd you have last night? Let us know. Get back to us.
He had the fork. He's telling me right now, fork you. I used to love those shirts. Remember when Arizona shirts had those shirts that said fork you and it had
oh my God.
I used to love those. And I never got one. I always said I was going to order one. I just never did. That was one of the best ones. That's what the Gamecock that was up there with South Carolina's "You Can't Touch Our Cock" shirt, and it had the rooster in front of them. Those two are the best college t-shirts I've ever seen.
Dude, Jesus. Yeah, I did. That's crazy, man. Let's jump into some, I want to jump into some NBA. Let's do a little NBA here. I got some free picks right here that I want to kind of
got one. I'll start off while you're going there. I did a couple shows today on some other shows, and one of the ones, and I did both of them because I really, really like this game. It's the Boston Celtics team total over 116.5.
Okay.
Celtics have won 3 straight, and they've been blowing up the scoreboard. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. You figure the Celtics want to show Phoenix, hey, we're the beast of the East. It's going to be a high-scoring game. I like the Celtics team total over 116. And it's juice right now. It's only -120. It was -110 today. DraftKings, I think, has it -120 last time I checked. I would say that team total over 116.5.
My play is actually on that same game, but I'm laying it here with the Celtics. Celtics red hot, 8-2 in their last 10, won 3 consecutive matchups. Suns 5-5 in their last 10 games, although they did beat the Cleveland on the road on Monday, but I believe Donovan Mitchell was out in that game. Boston has that 3-game winning streak. They're also 3-0 against the spread their last 3 games, 9-2 against the spread in their last 11 games, and at home 4-0 in their last 4 games against the spread. Phoenix 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games. Lay the points with Boston tonight. Don't jump in front of that train. Momentum is hot.
Yeah, Griffin just said it. With Celtics covering, the team total is going to go over 116.5 because last time they played at Footprint, Celtics won and they scored, 117 points. So we're going to go back to the window and we're both going to cash that ticket. So Christopher, Steven, play of the day, all that, run in the window with us because we're going to be cashing with the Suns and the team total over.
You got any other games you want to touch up on, Ralph? I got one more game.
Go ahead, fire away.
Yep, I got Portland. These are actually my free plays that I had lined up. So I'm giving you guys just a straight breakdown. You can still probably find them on the website, but obviously you get a little bit more personality with these and understanding. If you have questions, please feel free to ask away. But Knicks against the Trailblazers right now. Hold on, let me get into this deeper. Portland 5-2 in their last 7 games against the spread. The Knicks 3-6 against the spread in their last 9, and 1 on the road, 1-2 against the spread. It's a sneaky grab because you know the momentum is going to be heavily. You look at this game and immediately you want to jump on the Knicks with this because Portland, what do they have? How many wins this season? 18, which is brutal, and they're also 3-7 in their last 10 games, so their median is not hot by any means. They are doing a good job covering the spread, and I want to say they've covered the spread like almost 75%. That can't be right. I'm going to have to pull that one up. But Portland's doing a real good job right now covering the spread. They're 5-2 in their last 7. Knicks on the other end, kind of in a little bit of a debacle. I'm grabbing the points here with Portland. That's my other free play.
Yeah, the NBA card was weird today. Only 6 games, a lot of chalk.
I didn't like
a lot of injuries in the game. The last game is Portland and the Knicks. Who's going to want to watch that game? I mean, it was a lot of garbage in that game.
No parlays.
No parlays. Oh, jeez. Don't say. Pretty sure you're gonna be talking about Duke teasers during football season, like some of us do. I mean, no parlays. Hey, Griffin. You know what today is?
What's that?
The 4-year anniversary that the sports world shut down. This is when.
No kidding.
Can you believe today it is the 4 years? March 14th was when everything shut down and the tournament got canceled and the NBA got canceled and stuff like that. I remember today is when I was laying in bed and curled up in a ball crying, thinking, "Oh my God, I don't have a job when I wake up tomorrow." So it is.
Holy crap, man! That's crazy. Time goes by so quick.
I can't believe it's been 4 years. That is nuts. When that's 4 years today. Glinzer says today is Steph Curry's birthday. Well, give him a high top shoe because we need to get him back on the court.
Or he can give us a present. Jesus.
Yeah, that's true.
Breaking him down. Hold on. UCLA, San Diego State, Ohio. Let's get it. I just subscribed you guys this morning. Christopher, how we feeling, brother? Somebody wanted that. I saw a Duke NC State total.
Yeah, somebody says about the total about that one.
Robert, you still in here, bro? We can get that rolling. Let me pull up the slate real fast. Give me a second.
The Duke game, everyone, let's face it, everyone wants to play Duke games over. Since Grant Hill laced up shoes, Duke is probably one of the biggest over better in the world. They started off slow this year on totals. I think their last 10 meetings between NC State, I think they're pretty much a wash when it comes to totals. I would be cautious on this one. Duke does not play well in these conference tournaments. You remember they always get bumped out pretty early. I would say be very cautious when you look at play this total. Total is 146.5. I know the last time we saw Duke play, they lost at home to North Carolina, which I had that total over. But I would say be cautious on this when we sit back and see how Duke plays tonight.
Yeah. Duke's one of those teams that if they're playing at home, you jump on board. But if they're on the road, it's a little bit different of a story. I mean, Duke is playing real good basketball this season, but NC State's got that little sneaky offense where they play really dynamic. They have good guys in the paint, and they stretch the perimeter. They're pretty good from the three-pointer. I'm pulling up that slate right now. My thing's giving me a little bit of crap here. What was that? Who was that? Christian.
Christopher says he just parlayed Arizona State and Abilene Christian. Well, that was last night. He parlayed Ayers and Abilene Christian and Montana State.
Minus 11.5 against NC State. That's too many points. It's double digits. If I'm going anywhere with that, I'm grabbing the double digits with NC State. That they're no beat me up type of team. NC State's played good all year. Granted, it was a 79-64 outcome the last time these two teams did square off, but that game wasn't Duke. So NC State right now is on a 2-game winning streak. They beat Louisville by 9. And then they beat Syracuse. There it was, Ralph. It was Syracuse last night. They beat them by nearly 20 points last night. I don't expect Duke to come in and tear them up by that many points. If I'm going anything on this one, I'm sprinkling a little. I'd even buy a couple points with NC State just to kind of lock this game up. Maybe shift the line to a 140, grab that at 11. I think that'll cover. Again, Ralph doesn't like his parlays, but if you want to sprinkle a little dust in there, you can.
And Robert, don't forget this total opened up last night at 149 and got bet all the way down to 146.5. Now, if it keeps on dropping, which I don't think it is, it's going to go in 45 minutes.
Thanks, Mod.
I don't think it's going to go on that one. So I would probably, I myself would stay away on this one on a total wise, I guess.
I want to pull up some good action here. I have my 7 unit going out in 15 minutes. That jacks me up. I'm ready for that tip off. Big Ten Network. Let's go. 1 second, Ralph. I'm pulling up the slate scores.
I think I have a big play in NHL. I don't know.
Ralph, you want to get into this Nova-Marquette game?
Yeah, I mean Marquette's all banged up on this one. Don't forget they're missing not one but 2 of their starters. And this game, they're the ones that the books need. I said we because I was talking to books all this morning. This is one of the ones that they're rooting for Marquette on this one because the public knows that they're missing some stars. The public knows Marquette's coming in, they're struggling. This is like yesterday. Everyone was betting a lot of fading a lot of big teams. So I would think that the books are probably can't wait to tip this game off to see what actually happens. I myself think Nova is a little bit overrated. I know Marquette's, again, all banged up on injuries, but I still think they play hard on this one. Kolik is probably going to maybe try to come back next week for March Madness with his oblique injury. I heard he probably could have played maybe today, but they didn't want to risk it. So I think with Villanova, I don't like them. I would probably take a shot at Marquette, but I don't like the number right now.
I'm on the same track as you. And you guys are always going to see me break down how these teams are playing in their last 10 games. That's just my median. It always gives me a little bit more of a comfortable look. Marquette is 9-3 in their last, 12 games against the spread right now. Villanova almost lost to DePaul in their most recent game. DePaul is the worst team that I've ever watched play basketball. And they literally beat them on a buzzer-beating 3-point shot. Ridiculous on all aspects of basketball. Marquette's playing real good basketball, not only against the spread, but they're also tearing everybody up. And they've had that strength of schedule, which is another key component that we can look at. So let's go down the list with Marquette right now. DePaul, Xavier, Providence, Creighton, UConn, Xavier again, and now Nova. That's a pretty intense schedule, and they're still doing a very good job covering the spread. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-3 in their last 12. I'm laying it here with Marquette. What's the money line on this game if you wanted to square off a pick 'em? Trying to pull it up right now.
Yeah. Money line is
minus
180. It's minus 180, minus 175. It's DraftKings.
I'm laying that 3.5 with Marquette. I think that's actually a good pick. I eyed that game up several times this morning, and I couldn't square it off and send it out. I loved my 2 plays. I got a 2-pack today, and I loved them.
Yeah,
Ralph, how many you got going out today?
I only have one. I usually just circle one play and stuff like that because, again, I always tell people this. When I bet, I'm looking for that possible middle spot. I'll have one game that, you know what, I like this game. I don't care if the number moves. I might take more on it if it moves favorable for my side. I'm not looking for a middle. I just think this game is the right for my pickings. And then the other games that I'm looking at, I'm looking for that possible middle spot. So I don't like to release those plays. Just like when I do my free plays, I talk about lines. I talk about if this number is 3, but if this number goes to 3.5, 4, I'm taking the +4. And then I get yelled at on YouTube. Just pick a game, pick a side, pick a side. Well, no, I don't like. I tell people that I don't pick the name, the jersey name, on the front or the back. I play the number. So I hate when people always yell at me and say, "Well, oh, pick a side, pick a side." I'm picking my number. So the numbers rule on everything.
That's fair enough. I like that. I always found that less is more. The more that I've established myself in this industry, as far as doing it on my own prior, everything like that, the more games that you're putting out, the more variables you're giving yourself an opportunity to lose. Less is more if you do it right and you dial your games down to your favorite. I bet lines too, O'Kara. That's the way to do it. Take the number. You start getting caught up in all these players, you start screwing yourself over.
O'Kara, being in the Vegas books for 15 years and being in charge of some global books and all that I see the numbers. I mean, and a perfect story. When I worked at MGM, I was the closing supervisor, and me and the other closing supervisors, every Saturday before we left for NFL Sunday next year, we would go down a computer, see what the public's betting, and we'd write down every public team. And then we would go to the Orleans casino and have a drink and put $20 on every other team, the teams the public was betting. And we would and the money we won, we would go out to dinner the next Saturday. We would pick a place at the Orleans casino, because you guys know in Vegas at that time in the 90s and 2000s, that was pretty much the only place to go with Orleans at that time. You get off work at 1, 2 in the morning, right for a good meal. We would go there, and if we won, we would treat ourselves to dinner and a drink. So it paid off half the times.
Ralph, did you ever go to any basketball games over at the Orleans? I was at the St. Mary's game the other night. Dude, it's sick over there. Those games are legit.
My close friend of mine, we were going to watch Gonzaga St. Mary's, of course.
Oh,
this was many moons ago when I think it was the second year the tournament started there. We went to the game. He never shows up. We're like, hey, where's Corey at? Where's Corey at? He actually passed away in his apartment from a brain aneurysm. Never been back to watch a college basketball game in there since, because me just watching you and Tony yesterday at the game and stuff like that. I even told my wife this morning, can you believe this Corey passed away?
How old?
Geez, probably 30.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Young. Oh,
Yeah.
that's terrible,
So
man. I'm sorry to hear that.
It's tough for me, and because we would go to Mountain West games every day. I mean, I would take Thursday off, and we would just go to Mountain West games every day at the MAC. And then when the Orleans started picking up games, we would go there. He was like my March Madness buddy. Adam Poland, that works at Caesar's Palace right now. It was us three. Every March Madness, we would do all those games. So it's. I was glad you had a ball there. I saw your picture, the smile on your face. I'm like, yeah, that's what March Madness is all about. I could care less if you won that day, if you lost that day. The smile on your face, the smile on your face. Hey, you know what? You had a badass day with Tony, so that made me happy. That made me happy.
It was a blast, man. You know, we had a couple beverages. We had ourselves a hell of a time. It's always a good time with him. O'Kara's on Milwaukee. Let's see. Let's check out that one over there. Milwaukee. Wait, Bucks or college hoops? O'Kara, who you with?
I think probably NBA.
It's got to be NBA.
Yeah.
With
the 76ers. I mean, I almost played what's the big man's name? I can't think, but thinking of Milwaukee's big man. I can't help me out here. I just drew a blank.
Are you talking about Giannis?
No, the big man, the white guy.
Lopez.
I almost played him total points over today, just because the middle's going to be wide open with no Embiid. They can't rebound the ball at all on this one, but I stayed away on this one just because Milwaukee looked bad against Sacramento. I mean, they looked awful. I can't remember what the score was. It was like, I don't think they scored 100 points in that game, Milwaukee, when the beam was lit in that one. It's just too many question marks from me. I know Giannis is probably going to play, but I didn't want to risk my money on a probably. Beverly's not playing. Middleton's still out. I put a big – when I saw the injury report, I didn't even handicap it anymore. I just put the big X.
I have a premium play on this one, Ralph, so I can't dive too deep into that one. I would love to, O'Kara.
He has the 76ers money line on his bet. He said, I don't need no points. He's like, I want Sixers. I don't care there's no Embiid. I want the money. I don't care Covington is not playing. I want the 76ers money line in Milwaukee. That's what he has.
Commands. Sacramento's had a lot of action lately, Christopher. New Mexico tonight. Let's pull up the slate. I'm down.
New Mexico needs. They're a bubble. They're right there. They could be the 6th team coming in Mountain West. I think they need 2 wins to come in because I think if New Mexico and St. John's are maybe the last 2 in, I think the betting public will pick St. John's because of Patino, and they'll leave the Mountain West out. So I think New Mexico needs to go to the championship game, not win it. Go to the championship game. I think to make the Mountain West get the 6th team in the tournament.
Yeah, I'm pulling up that game right now. Problem with New Mexico is they have been, although they just absolutely annihilated Air Force in that game. Dude, they were laying 16.5 points in that game, and they ended up turning them over. Boise, on the other hand, how's Boise been lately? 7 and 3.
They've won 7 out of. I think they won 7 out of 10. Same thing against the spread, but head-to-head matchup, Boise has owned New Mexico, so I keep an eye out for that. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I know Boise State because I looked at this game because this was a possible. I was thinking maybe playing New Mexico under in this game. I was looking for maybe 150-54 because I did a little reading on this game last night, but I remember Boise State going.
Really. I haven't been involved in this conference at all as of late.
You live there now. It's the Mountain Best. It's not the Mountain West. It's the Mountain Best.
I know, man. I got my fair share. You know, my conference is the Big 10 and the Big 12. I love the Big 12. I don't know what it is. And I've always done good in the Pac-12 as well. More so football than college hoops. But I will say, I mean, yeah, college football is where the Pac-12 thrives. And that's
turned into no more.
Chaos, dude. Are you kidding me?
No,
they had the quarterbacks.
Griffin's going to be the Sun Belt handicapper. He's going to be like, Arkansas State is my big banger tonight.
Yeah, something like that.
Clemens, thanks for coming in, Clemens, and watching in New Mexico tonight. Be very careful on this one. I know New Mexico needs this game. I know they need this game. They're a small favorite in this game because Boise's in already, so I would not be shocked if they're not going to be 110% in. But be very cautious because Boise can hit the light, can shoot the 3 ball, and getting New Mexico out of the pit is always a good thing because if you go to New Mexico and play, we all know going to New Mexico and playing in the pit is not a good place to steal a game. So I would stay away in this one. I was looking towards myself the under on this game, but I would stay away.
Ralph, let's pull up some futures lines
for college basketball. I think they're all taken down now because of games being played.
I know. I'm looking at. I was looking at NFL futures earlier, just with all the trades and all the action going on. I'm looking up.
Well, I'll tell you that while you're looking at, I'll say I had a couple meetings today with a couple books today, and we were talking. NFL futures came up, and they're asking me because people know I do a lot. You know, I do a lot of media hits and stuff like that. They're asking me what's one of the questions they're asking me. I'm like, people think that Josh Jacobs changed the Green Bay Packer line with so and so. Kirk Cousins is the only person that changed Super Bowl future lines.
You like that play? You like that?
I do like it. He's got a lot of talent there, and it's like people are like, oh, he screwed Minnesota. Jefferson's upset. If you're Kirk Cousins, do you want to play in the NFC? You want to play in the NFC North where you have Green Bay's good, Detroit Lions are good, the Bears improved during the last 2 days of signings, or do you want to go to the NFC South and play the New Orleans Saints that have handicap stickers on their jerseys? The Carolina Panthers, they might be the worst team in football when they start. And Tampa Bay, do you think Baker's going to go back-to-back winning that conference? Kirk Cousins, I think he made the right call. And he's got to be the smartest guy in the NFL to ever play. If you look at his contracts he's got all season long, he is the smartest NFL football player to ever play the game.
All right, but so I know I keep throwing questions at you, and you should whatever. Sam Darnold, what's your thoughts?
He probably learned a lot last year playing with an offensive guru, if you want to call it like that. So I think it's a good move. I think he's going to come out. He had to come back and learn and stuff like that. I think it's a little bit. Is he going to make all pro or no? But I think he's going to be much better than when we saw him as in a Jets uniform.
See, I can't figure out what their plan of attack is with this because you go and you got Aaron Jones now in the backfield. You still have Hawkinson as a tight end. And then you've got Jefferson. What's your thought process here? Jefferson, is he staying? Is he going? If I'm him in that situation, I'm leaving Minnesota You went and grabbed a quarterback that you signed for 1 year. This kid has never established himself in the NFL whatsoever. And you have to now put your trust in him as one of the most elite wide receivers in the entire NFL. I hate the play. I don't like Darnold at the quarterback spot to begin with. I've been watching him I've had enough of that guy.
But I don't think he's going to be he's not their answer. They just got it to have a quarterback. They could still make a move. Maybe they call the ice cold Chicago Bears line and see what's up with Fields, or we could see something. Jefferson, everyone says he should go to Cincinnati and play for all his boys. Cincinnati didn't have enough money to pay their running back or their other wide receiver. They're not going to have enough money to play for Jefferson. So I think he's stuck in Minnesota.
I saw Nevada's. I would prefer Fields over Darnold. Absolutely. I want Fields to stay in Chicago. And I'm so sick of that. What's Poles' plan here? I don't know what we're doing. Are we just trying to psych the rest of the NFL out? What is our actual key here to let everybody think we're going to draft Caleb Williams, but we're really not going to draft him? I want a wide receiver. I'm from Chicago, by the way, Clemenza. So I hear you, NFC North, whatever. I love to see Sam Darnold go to Minnesota because I don't think he's worth a shit, to be honest with you. I like Justin Fields at the quarterback spot. I wouldn't hate if we went and snagged Caleb Williams, but at the same time, Fields has been there for 2 years now, 3 years now. You can see the growth. The dude's the best quarterback in the pocket when it comes to scrambling, by all means. If you can get him a couple sets of wide receivers, let's go get Marvin Harrison. Let's go get Neighbors. Somebody along those lines, I like it.
I think the reason why he has not been traded yet, it's not because Justin Fields trash and stuff like that. It's the compensation you have to give the Bears. It's not the talent that Fields – it's not like Fields can't start, and it's the compensation. I heard that twice. I heard it from a Raiders source, and I heard it from a Chargers source, because the Chargers are now rumored to maybe bring him in as a backup role. I think he's lost his starting – I think he's lost his starting role. I think there's only maybe Seattle and maybe the Vikings will be the only two.
Bears aren't going to trade him in the NFC North. They're not going to.
I agree. I agree with you. They won't change. But the Seattle Seahawks is very interesting. Keep an eye out for that one, because their new regime, those guys don't like Geno. Geno was the old regime. Yeah. Geno has a very soft contract, so if they cut him or release him or bench him, it's not really hurting them. So keep an eye out for the Seahawks.
I like Geno over there. Wes, let's go, brother. Vegas
here.
Vegas inbound, my guy. 3:00 tomorrow. I'm rolling over. MGM. Wes is coming in hot. We're going to have a weekend this weekend, Ralph. I can't believe you're not going to be here, dude.
I saw the invitation, and it was for 45 and younger. And I'm like, oh, man, I missed it. So I'm like, oh.
Boys are going out. You best believe it. I'll send you some videos, Ralph. We'll have a blast, man.
Now my new morning gig that I do, I'm like I can't do a national morning gig hungover at 7:00 Vegas time. Oh yeah, you guys will be in my room, passed out on the couches and stuff like that. No.
Thanks, Clemenza. Be smooth, brother. Great talking.
Wes, be safe this weekend. No means no, Wes.
You should have seen the text message. I shot him earlier. I know he was rolling. Nevada, do you think Jefferson is Yeah, I'm paying him. I mean, there's obviously a lot of arguments. You've got a lot of other elite receivers. Jamar Chase as one of them. I mean, and he's also somebody I like to compare in that sense. New member, Robert Hanna.
Robert, thanks for joining us, Robert.
And his $30 million, I am. You better go get him a quarterback, though.
Thanks for joining us, Robert. We'll be here every Thursday, and next week Thursday's the start of the tournament. We might not be here next Thursday to start the tournament. It's gonna be crazy next week as the first day.
Quick update on all of our free plays, really quick. Ralph, let me go down mine real quick, and then
go ahead.
Here. So I laid the points with the Celtics tonight, -4.5. I got the Rockets -8.5. I got the Trailblazers +8.5. We gave out a play on Marquette, laying the 3.5. Gave out a play on Nevada, laying the 3.5. A lot of the same numbers. Weird. And let me pull up my last game. Cincinnati, take the points, +6.5. Those are my free plays.
Mine is North Texas -5.5 versus Tulane. Colorado State -3.5 against the Utes. And Boston Celtics team total over 116.5. That's team total over 116.5. So I think the game goes over as well but the Celtics team total over 116.5. I think Griff liked the Celtics as well. So
I laid it with them.
Yeah, so but it should be fun and entertaining. But again, we had some good new members come in today, so that was cool to see. But
had a good time.
We're heading out. So Griff, Wes, if you're still in there, you guys be safe when this weekend. I don't want no phone calls for bail money and stuff like that, because I don't think Nevada jails use pesos. So don't be calling me.
We'll be in the slammer Monday morning court. Jesus.
But thanks for everyone joining in. We had Nevada, we had Wes, Glinzer, Cleanse, who's not in right now because he's already said deuces. He's out. Did I miss anybody else that we had in there? Kara was in here. Christopher was in here. So thanks for all joining in here. We'll be back sooner than later because it's going to be fun because we have NBA. And you know what? Maybe by the next time we're here, you know what? Baseball will be cracking the bat. I can't wait.
Let's go.
I can't, because we can talk about next day's games because the pitchers will be announced. The Yankees will probably have another pitcher out by the time we do another show. So it should be fun and exciting. But thanks for everyone joining in. Any last words, Griff?
No, just good gambling. Everybody, please bet. Ralph, hit him with it. Hit him with it.
Yeah, please don't bet what you don't have.
That's it. Thanks, guys.
Take it easy, guys.
Buddy.